think Paris is all romantic accordion music and fresh croissants? You are about to get a very rude, terribly expensive awakening unless you avoid these sneaky traps. Let us dive in. First blunder, booking a hotel right next to the Eiffel Tower. It looks fabulous in the movies, but in reality, the area is flooded with overpriced tourist traps and cheap souvenir shops. Ditch the tower. Instead, you should stay in vibrant local neighborhoods like Le Marais, the Latin Quarter, or the gorgeous 11th arrondissement, where actual Parisians love to hang out and eat. When entering any Parisian shop, never just launch directly into English. That is considered incredibly rude over here. Always make eye contact and start with a bright, highly respectful bonjour first. After your polite greeting, ask "Parlez-vous anglais" to see if they speak English. Even if your pronunciation is utterly terrible, locals appreciate the effort to respect their beautiful historic language. If you get completely stuck, do not panic. Simply download the offline version of Google Translate. It will happily translate tricky French menus and help you avoid ordering something utterly terrifying. Never buy pastries at a random shop. In Paris, not every bread seller is authentic. Some places reheat frozen baguettes from factories. You must look for a shop clearly labeled Boulangerie. By French law, a boulangerie must bake everything fresh on site. If you visit a fancy patisserie instead, watch out for a tiny star on labels, which clearly indicates frozen desserts. Now let us discuss coffee culture. Did you know that having your coffee standing at the bar counter can actually cost you half the price of sitting down at a table? This pricing trick is not a scam. French tax laws charge cafes more when patrons sit because staff must clean up. So if you sit down, expect a slightly larger bill. Also, ordering a cafe means you will get a tiny, strong espresso. If you want milk, you must order a café crème or noisette. Otherwise, prepare yourself for a bitter surprise. Paying your restaurant bill can feel incredibly awkward. By French law, restaurants must include service in your bill. So technically, you do not have to leave any extra tips at all. Servers earn a proper livable salary and do not rely on tips. However, locals often round up the bill or leave 1 to 2 euros at cafes as a nice gesture. If a waiter aggressively pushes you to tip 20%, run. You are in a tourist trap. Avoid restaurants located right next to major monuments like the Louvre or Eiffel Tower. These places charge astronomical prices like 9 euros for a simple Coca-Cola. They do not care about serving good food because they know you are a tourist who will never return. Be highly suspicious of restaurants completely covered in massive displays of fake flowers. Locals well know these flashy decorations are just bait to charge high prices for average, disappointing microwaved meals. If the menu is translated entirely into English, has pictures of food, or has staff standing outside calling you inside, keep walking. Authentic bistros let their excellent food do the talking. Instead, look for a small menu with only 5 to 7 options per category. A handwritten, slightly erased chalkboard out front means the chef shopped fresh at the market this morning. At lunchtime, never order à la carte. Always ask for the Formule Déjeuner. This fixed price menu offers 2 or 3 beautiful fresh courses and saves you 30 to 50%. But do not make the mistake of trying to customize your dish. Asking to modify a meal can deeply offend the proud chef who decides exactly what goes on your plate. If you have real food allergies, French waiters will gladly help you pick a completely different dish. But do not expect substitutions just because you feel like being a bit picky. Be adventurous and try local delicacies like escargots, crispy frog legs, or steak tartare. Skip the tourist cafes for these and head to a highly rated, authentic, local Parisian bistro instead. For incredible garlicky snails, visit l'Escargot de Montorgueil. And if you are curious about authentic raw beef steak tartare, the historic Procope restaurant serves an absolutely legendary classic version of it. Do not assume restaurants stay open all day. Most close between lunch and dinner. Lunch is typically noon to 2:30, then they shut until 7 or 8 in the evening. Chefs are working their magic for the dinner shift. If you must eat during off hours, look for a sign reading "Service Continue." Otherwise, just grab a fresh, tasty bakery sandwich. Here is a massive budget saver. Never simply ask for water. Waiters will bring highly expensive imported bottled mineral water. You will be paying €5 to €6 for each bottle. By French law, restaurants must provide free tap water. Always ask for a carafe d'eau instead. Paris has world-class water filtration systems, so it tastes absolutely fantastic and perfectly safe. Be warned, there are absolutely no free refills in France. Whether it is coffee, bottled water, or soda, every single glass is charged individually. Keep close track of what you order. If your child drinks 3 glasses of Coke on the touristy Champs-Élysées, you will get a nasty financial shock. It can easily cost you over €25 total. Let us switch to accommodation. Avoid cheap-looking hotel deals without reading reviews carefully. You might accidentally book a Chambre de Bonne, which is a tiny attic room with no lift. These attic rooms used to be for household servants. The ceilings are often so slanted you cannot even stand up properly, and you might have to share a dirty hallway toilet. This leads us directly to a fascinating psychological phenomenon. Some visitors experience Paris syndrome when their romantic expectations crash into the noisy, gritty, and sometimes smelly reality of a real city. Paris is undeniably beautiful, but it is also a real bustling metropolis. Certain areas along the famous Seine riverbanks can get quite noisy, crowded, and occasionally a little bit smelly indeed. If anything will truly ruin your dream holiday, it is the professional pickpockets. Paris is incredibly safe overall, but for sneaky pickpocketing, it remains one of the worst of European cities. These thieves operate in highly coordinated teams of 3. One slyly picks the target, another suddenly bumps into you to distract your attention, and the third quietly grabs your highly valuable phone. Be extremely alert on metro lines 1 and 4 and around major tourist hotspots. Never ever hang your purse on your chair, and always split cash safely between your front pockets. Next up, the notorious Clipboard scam. Groups of women will approach you at massive sites like Notre-Dame, asking if you speak English and gesturing for you to sign a petition. These are fake charities. Once you sign, they will aggressively intimidate you into giving cold cash, and their nearby friends will quickly swarm to help with their highly stressful intimidation effort. The solution is beautifully simple. Just walk away and do not interact at all. They might follow you for a few seconds, but they will soon move on to another victim. Now let us discuss what you should wear. First major giveaway, wearing a beret. Locals almost never wear them, and it instantly marks you as a prime target to watching pickpockets. Also, skip the graphic t-shirts and super bright colors. Parisians typically wear muted neutral tones like black, grey, or navy. They rarely ever wear large lettering on their daily clothing. Avoid wearing active sportswear or athleisure around Paris. Walking around in leggings and gym clothes is a major giveaway that you are a tourist. Prioritize wearing simple jeans and nice tops. Forget looking like a catwalk model and prioritize comfortable shoes. Paris is extremely walkable, and you will easily average 20,000 steps a day on rough, historic cobblestones and many stairs. When riding the metro, follow the unspoken rules. Stand strictly on the right side of the metro escalators. This allows busy, rushing locals to easily overtake you on the left side. Also, if you are sitting on one of those fold-down seats, you must stand up immediately when the carriage gets crowded. It is highly expected and appreciated by busy locals. Never ever try to hail a random taxi cab on the street. Unlicensed drivers frequently overcharge clueless tourists. Use the official G7 taxi app, which is always extremely safe and reliable. At the airport or train stations like Gare du Nord, never ever accept travel help from friendly strangers. They are scammers looking for confused tourists to quickly pickpocket or overcharge you. Do not treat Paris like a theme park. Hanging heavy metal padlocks on bridges is highly romanticized but actually illegal. The massive weight of these locks has severely damaged historic bridges. Crucial local rule: never show up to major attractions without a reservation. Landmarks like the Louvre and Versailles routinely sell out completely weeks in advance, especially during the busy summer season. If they do not sell out, you will easily waste 2 hours in brutal ticket queues. Secure your tickets online several weeks ahead to bypass lines and save your precious time. Finally, do not overschedule your itinerary. Trying to squeeze a week of sightseeing into 3 days ruins the magic. Limit yourself to 2 major daily activities and simply enjoy quiet wandering. Paris is a living museum, and it rewards those who come well prepared. Arm yourself with these crucial tips, slow your pace, and let this historic city capture your adventurous heart.
Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, click like and follow.